until you got here. So wake up at 2, go to sleep at like 7.
It's such an unusual race in that respect. You're sort of awake all night, racing under the lights. Singapore's something very, very special on the calendar. And I guess for you guys as well, for a street circuit, it's a real racetrack in terms of you've got to put the car right on the edge if you want to get the rewards.
Well, that's the same everywhere. What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to big it up. Hey, don't throw me under the bus.
No, it is a particularly tough circuit, being the heat, and obviously there's 23 corners, so it's a very, very long lap. It's very technical, it's bumpy because it's a street circuit. There's not really hardly any room for error, so precision. If you look at a lot of our laps, we're all so close to the wall, which is hair-raising, but that's probably the exciting part.
Well, I'll talk about qualifying in a moment, but I want to flash back to Milan. You just launched a new Lewis Hamilton collection with Tommy.
It's really been an incredible, really exciting journey, because I'm really basically, I look at it as I'm an intern to Tommy. I'm learning a lot from this great team. There's similarities in the sense that in our team we've got 2,000 people working to build and innovate. There's a big team there also who are working and season in, season out. The fashion world just never sleeps. Once they do the show, they're already designing and working on the next, or they probably already are ahead and giving off the design for the next. So it's quite an interesting experience, and the last show is definitely probably my favorite, and the collection is my favorite. The response has been really great, so we already see someone here wearing one of the dots, so I appreciate it.
Congratulations again. It's difficult now to call you a normal guy with the level of success you've had and the talent you've shown in Formula One. But ultimately, as a guy who grew up in Stevenage in the UK, is it still weird to see your picture on the side of a tram in Milan?
It really is. I've been here for 13, this is my 13th season, right? And even just with the racing, it's always a surprise when you arrive and you see people who are wearing the top supporting you or something like that. It's still, I don't know why it's like that for me, but I'm grateful that I still have that feeling. If it ever becomes normal, I think it's kind of, I don't know, you just lose that zest. I really am driven by the support that I get. And yeah, I still go home and see my family and they're like, can you believe what's happening? I'm like, dude.
Just keep riding that train.
Just keep working hard, and I'm so determined. I'm probably the most competitive person I know. So people are like, oh, how do you find the motivation? It's pretty easy to find the motivation. I want to beat everyone.
Yeah.
So it's,
if you hate losing that much, when it's
yeah, right. First you're last. When it's say that,
remember that right here, guys. We've got about 100 guests in from Marriott Bonvoy today, and our friends at the Ritz-Carlton. We travel so much through the year, and to kind of try and find that home from home. I know you used to take a guitar with you. Is there kind of one thing now that you bring around when you travel that kind of connects you back to your friends, or just gives you that relaxation time when it's such a busy schedule?
Well, look, I traveled a ridiculous amount, probably way more than I ever did in the past. Particularly as I come doing this kind of two-career thing, and so I have a lot of bags with me because I don't know when I'm going home. So I have 3 massive bags that I'm traveling with. Then usually have a backpack and another wheelie, and in all that stuff I actually do start carrying stuff like I have a candle, I have a photo in the frame of something, or if I'm really lucky, when I do go to some of these hotels, like St. Regis in Mexico, for example, they'll remember things that I've had from the previous years. So by my bed there'll be a picture of my dogs, or a picture of me and my family. So it kind of makes it more homely. And,
makes a big difference, I guess.
It does when you're constantly in hotels. Yeah, I sometimes I carry around a pillow as well because the neck is super important in all the hotels. That one of those little roll-up ones, Tempur-Pedic thing. I carry that around with me too.
You take a lot of bags. Don't you hate packing?
I hate it so much. There's a few things that I really dislike. One is cooking, and the next one is bloody packing bags. Because honestly, you get home, the last thing you want to do is take what's out, and so I'm going through all the stuff, and then you have to repack, which takes for a day. Particularly if you're going for 2 to 3 months, I might not be home for 2 months. So you're packing, you're trying to think out what you're going to need in the different climates that you're going to. Like, I bought shorts, but then next week we're in Russia, and it's usually cold there, so you've got to pack for everything.
We talked briefly about some of our lifestyle partners. but it's the technical partners as well who bring that performance on track. Petronas this year celebrating 10 years with us. But we've got plenty other technical partners here today from Pure Storage, Tibco and CrowdStrike. We're a big team of over 1,000 people, but we need so much more to be able to compete and win the team and yourself world championships.
No, absolutely. I was actually just thinking that just now, because even to the back when you're in the hospitality, even to preparing for a race, I listen to music all weekend. You know, so like that's a part of something we with obviously with Bose. You know, our reliability is a huge player, and the data that we're downloading is getting more and more every year. So it's just all of our partners are playing such a key role, and you know, whilst it's quietly in the background, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. My engineer has this, like, I don't know how, I can't see anything on his screen. He's always trying to fit more data, more numbers on his screen, so the font is the smallest you could possibly get. And so I have to use a magnifying glass to see what he's got on his screen. But it's just that more and more data, the more they can understand what the car is doing. For me, it's more about feeling and feeling centered. And yeah, so for example, staying in our hotel and just making sure I stay there at the Ritz every year. It's just like every year here, because it's got the best view and it's super quiet for me, and I don't ever get bothered there, so it's nice and relaxed.
Yeah, this is the first year I haven't been there. I'm so tired. So wonderful at the Ritz. But let's talk about the race this weekend. You're the greatest qualifier Formula One's ever seen. Yesterday, brilliant third sector. Actually, watching on board from my side looked like a great lap. But the Ferrari brought pace out of nowhere almost yesterday, and not enough put alongside Charlotte, all to play for today.
Yeah, I mean, the Ferraris, I think they brought an upgrade here. And geez, they've picked up a lot of pace. We wouldn't expect them to be so strong on a track like this, because in the past races earlier this year on heavy downforce circuits like Monaco and Budapest, they've struggled, but they've been quick on the long straight circuits. But they're up still on us like 4/10, I think, a lap, just on straight speed. So we've got a lot of work to do to improve that. But yeah, I mean, they've been doing a fantastic job. And my lap at the end was really a decent lap, but you know, it wasn't enough really to compete with them. If we'd maybe had another, because we started the qualifying session on a medium, and then we went to the soft. It's a 1.6, 1.8 second delta. So all the braking positions, all the braking points shift to where they did soft all the way through. So maybe if I had one more soft, maybe I could have, for sure, I would have been able to find a little bit more time, because you just build a foundation, and you're building it. So, but nonetheless, I'm really happy with the lap, and to be able to separate the Ferraris. I hope today we can play with them a little bit and force one of them into the pit stop. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the strategy is going to be, but it's going to be really hard to overtake. You need a two second delta to be able to overtake it. This is the second hardest track to overtake on, in that you have the downforce situation. But nonetheless, strategy can come into place, and obviously the start. So fingers crossed we can have a good race.
Lewis, last question from me before Lloyd rips me off the stage. The last one, just when you've got someone new like Charles coming into the sport and Max coming up, how long does it take you as a driver to get used to racing wheel to wheel with someone new, to know and understand what they're going to do?
You can size them up pretty quickly, but you have to be in a wheel-to-wheel race with them to be able to size them up. And so I fully know exactly what to expect when I'm with Max. And now I've had that wheel-to-wheel experience with Charles. I know how he approaches things, and you learn it straight away. It's been the same since I was in go-karts. So, but it's really great, I think, for the sport naturally to have these nice young'uns coming through who are fierce and competitive, and I represent the older generation, and I want to keep them in their shoes, in their place. So that's my job right now.
Well, your long run pace looked brilliant on Friday. We can't wait to watch you racing out there today. From all of us, mate, we're backing you 100%. Have a brilliant race, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go straight away with you guys. Just going to get to engineering and make sure he's ready to go and race. We cannot wait for this Grand Prix. I know, it's always...
So it's about 80 kilos you need to press, between 80 to 100 on the left leg.
Single leg press.
Single leg press, yeah.
He's another right hander coming up, Lee.
But you have...
Oh, it's another massive right hander, this one.
You also have the G-force helping you, so in theory it's a bit less than that, but actual force, if you are stopped, it's between 80 and 100 kilos.
Let's keep going. Dan, you've got to bring up the steering wheel here. We've had an issue, and Lee's got to change a sensor setting. How would you change something if he was going to fail the car, for example?
Well, for example, so you go default, depends, so it's all 16 or 116 is
Okay,
chassis, I think.
go
No,
default
that's chassis, that's engine there. So if you go HPP 15, position 92, basically you need to go HPP 15, then you need to
1,
press
2, 3, 4,
9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9, yeah.
Oh, right hander.
Right, exactly. Because they have a corner, you have to
Yeah,
do that way.
he's in the middle.
Yeah. Then you press 2 times the double one, and then confirm with the red cross.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
You have it, yeah?
Lee's done it. He's won the race, ladies and gentlemen. Lee Johnson.
And it's getting more and more crazy, each race.
So, 61 laps, too easy, huh?
Not really, especially yeah.
I just said to Lee, you know, it's great for us to have you here, and it's the last Singapore Grand Prix for a long time. You're going to be able to just sit back, relax, and enjoy it.
For sure, yeah. It's going to be a bit more physical in the future, but it's a good thing.
Esteban, thank you so much for your time up here. Guys, you'll be with Renault next year, so it'll be a different time, but always remember that family. Esteban Ocon. Guys, brilliant to hear from Esteban there.